Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.
One Marine says although he survived a brutal battle during the Korean War, he never wanted to talk about it.
But as Gwen Bevel shows us in this Veteran Salute, that has changed.
89-year-old Raymond Miller says it was when he realized the brutal battle him and other Marines endured was just a paragraph in a history book that he decided to start to share some of what he endured. He says he can't share it all because even after all of these years, it's just too difficult. Raymond Miller loves to tinker, especially on his 1951 Hudson Hornet. He calls himself a jack of all trades, a master of none, but one title is the most important.
I'm still a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. And this is the road we took.
And this Marine remembers well what his commander stated as they prepared to do battle in 1950. Their 15,000 troops outnumbered by 120,000 Chinese.
Marines, we're going to come out of here as Marines, or we're not coming out at all. We're going to bring all of our dead, all of our equipment, and we're going to come out. And that's what we did.
In that desperate time, one mistake ended up saving lives. They were short of 60mm shells, nicknamed Tootsie Rolls.
The Marine that called in to the Air Force was very adamant. He said, "We need Tootsie Rolls. Hurry up, get us Tootsie Rolls. We're out of Tootsie Rolls."
And that's exactly what was delivered. But Miller says that nearly 5-foot high stack of the sweet treat came in handy.
Tootsie Rolls gave us energy, and we could go. And also, you put Tootsie Rolls in your mouth and soften them up. And they used the Tootsie Rolls to plug holes in radiators and water pipes on the trucks and vehicles.
As the Marines marched and fought their way south, they endured temperatures of 35 degrees below zero. But with the wind chill, it felt more like 75 below. Miller says he had to keep a close eye on his men, and he showed us the special dance they did to keep blood flowing to their frozen feet. The fighting went on for 78 miles.
And the next thing I knew was I was waking up in the aid station a little over 24 hours later, because I was blowed up.
Miller was wounded more than once and says he remembers well when he saw a sign from above.
The clouds parted and the stars shined, and this is the Star of Coterie.
A symbol he still wears. That star was a sign they would soon have cover from the Air Force.
God was with me, because so many times, so close, and it just, I think I bless God every day for his saving grace.
The Korean War has been labeled the Forgotten War, and Miller says he wants the sacrifices of those who lost their lives to be remembered. That's why, decades later, he plans to continue to share the story of the frozen chosen. As is the case in this book, Miller is one of the Marines seen marching on the cover. Miller says when he was in Seoul in 1950, the place was decimated. He says it's a beautiful country now, and he's glad he was able to travel back. He said while there, a woman approached him and said, "Thank you for saving our country." On that trip, he came home with far more than closure from the war. He came back with who he calls his adoptive daughter. Her given name is Sang-Yong Kim. Her American name is Rosie. Here for you, Gwen Bevel, KSN News 3.
Tonight, we salute Raymond Miller for his service during the Korean War.
On behalf of DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to be here with Raymond Miller. Raymond Miller served during the Korean War in one of the coldest battles in U.S. history. Mr. Miller, thank you for your service, and we're honored to recognize you as this week's Veteran of the Week.
I am very humbled for this recognition.
Veteran Salute is